Good morning from a sea day. Today is Monday, October the 14th, I think. First of two sea days as we are transiting from Bermuda all the way down to Curacao. So we're in the North Atlantic Ocean this morning, and it's a lovely day so far. Well, hello everyone. My name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man, and I'm here on board the Celebrity Eclipse, a beautiful start to a sea day. I'm on a repositioning cruise. We left Boston a few days ago, and we're taking the ship to her winter home in Fort Lauderdale. And along the way, we're stopping at Bermuda, which is where we were yesterday. And then we're going down to the ABCs, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. We'll be in Curacao 2 days from now on Wednesday. So a couple sea days, you're going to see both those in this video. Just going to show you what I get up to on sea days. The cool thing about this cruise is that there are so many sea days. I mean, we're going like 4,000 miles total on this cruise. So there are 5 sea days and 4 days in port. So a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of stuff to talk about. It's been a good first few days on board, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the cruise holds. I said it's, good morning, and that's barely because it's 11:50 in the morning. I've been lazy, just reading on this balcony this morning, hanging out in my room. Now it's time to get out and about the ship, see what's going on, grab some lunch, and just see where the sea day takes us. So come on if you're ready. Let's get this sea day adventure here on board the Celebrity Eclipse started. Just leaving my room now. I'm on the 8th floor. I have a deluxe veranda, which I've been really enjoying. But I also enjoy that my room is just right around the corner from the elevator bank and the main atrium. So you walk out and you get this great view of, you see what's going on down below. The concierge desk down there. The captain's club desk is down there too. And then the elevator is just right here. So we're going to go up to deck 14, which is Oceanview Cafe, because it's opening in 3 minutes. So I'm sure it's going to be a rush of people. But here's sort of the layout of the ship. And an elevator is already ready for us. The cool thing about these elevators on all the Solstice class ships, but here on Eclipse specifically, is it's glass elevators. You can see all the way down below to the bottom of the atrium. There is a live tree there growing. You can wave to other people as they pass you on their way down. The pool deck there, of course. Now we're here on deck 14, Oceanview Cafe location. Hi. Before we go into Oceanview, though, we'll take a look here at the pool deck at noon on a sea day. It's pretty packed. Now, it was cool when we left Boston. It was like 65 degrees, but it's warming up now. It's supposed to be like 81 today. It's already warmer and more humid down here as we've now gotten south of Bermuda and are headed further down in the Caribbean. But you can see a lot of folks out enjoying. So they do have like fajita, like chicken and steak fajita. They have like a Mexican bar each day. I usually put it on nachos, but someone had suggested that I put it on rice. And so I'm gonna try it on rice today. This is actually the rice from the Indian food section with the steak fajitas with some onions, jalapenos on top, and then the cheese dip. And then gonna have a Coke Zero, so should be a good lunch here in Oceanview. Came up to the Sky Lounge up here in the very front of the ship. I love the Sky Lounge because it's a great place to sit. You got these 360-degree views, these panoramic floor-to-ceiling windows. It's just a really nice place. But that lunch was amazing today. They did have the Italian buffet. Each day they sort of do something a little bit different for lunch. They have a different type of cuisine, which is really cool. And then for dinner, they'll do the same thing. But today, in addition to the Italian buffet, they also had some Canadian favorites too, because today is Canadian Thanksgiving Day. And in addition to them having really good Italian options, they had really good Italian desserts. And I'm going to put in a clip here of some of the ones that I got. And I thought I would sample each one, and I ended up scarfing each one of them down. So much for me trying to live healthier and be healthier on a cruise. It's so hard to do. Have you guys ever tried to be on a diet or be very regimented when you're on a cruise? Like, how does that work? How is anyone able to do that? I just see all the good food. I just walk into Oceanview sometimes curious too, like, what do they have in here today? And then I end up eating so many things. So I shouldn't go on Oceanview. But I did want to say the Oceanview so far, this cruise, I mean, we're on day 4. It's been very good. Like, the food has been tremendous every time I go in there. They have so many options, so many food stations. The food has been like top notch. So no complaints on this sea day. Just, sitting here watching the ocean, because what better to do on a sea day? I think I'm going to go get some coffee at Cafe Al Bacio soon and then hang out on my balcony and read some. So that's the plan for the sea day today. Not a whole lot going on. I know that they are having like Deal or No Deal today at like 2 p.m. I think, so about an hour. I thought about doing that, but right now I'm just not, I ate too much food. I'm not so into it. One thing I did want to say though, in regards to the events like Deal or No Deal and Bingo, they're not having those in the main theater, the Eclipse Theater, which is the main theater on board. Instead, they're having them in Celebrity Central, which I always want to call Comedy Central, but it's Celebrity Central. It's a much smaller venue in there. Only holds probably a couple or a few hundred people at most. But that's where they're having bingo. That's where they're having Deal or No Deal. Last night they had the Love and Marriage show, which is very popular. They had it in there, and I walked in to go check it out, and there was nowhere to sit. This was like 5 minutes before it started, so it was standing room only. So I don't know why they're having a lot of events in that smaller venue when they could totally utilize the theater. So that's kind of new and different. But anyway, I digress. Well, hello and good evening. It's much later now, as you see. The sun has already set. Last time I talked to you, it was in the afternoon, and now it's in the evening. And I'm like, what happens on a sea day that makes them go by so fast? It's the relaxation, I guess. You know, when a sea day just escapes from you, that means hopefully that you're doing something right and doing a little bit of relaxing. I'm just back in the room. It's 8:15. I'm going to try to make it to the dining room. The dining room closes at 8:30, so I need to change clothes real quick. Typically, I feel like the dining room is open till 9 or 9:30 even on some other cruises, but this cruise it's 8:30, so you got to get down there quick. You got to be ready. I don't know why. I've never seen it close so early on a celebrity cruise before, but it does. But I'm just back to the room. The room attendant has cleaned my room and has left. Well, some things are different since I was here before, so let me show you those. First of all, there were these house slippers, I guess, house shoes, as I would call them, here on the bed. And then, of course, you get flowers because the Captain's Club. I always get flowers on a cruise, which is nice. But then there was this bathrobe left here. And this is actually, see if it's the Retreat bathrobe. Sorry, that was my mic there. I'm cheating and holding it and not having it clipped to my shirt right now. It's Retreat branded bathrobe, which is weird. And then here in the bathroom, they've left Retreat branded soaps, shower cap, conditioner, body lotion, which I've never gotten before. So this is a surprise. I don't know why it's happened. Does this mean I can go to Luminate now too? But yeah, I just wanted to show you. This is weird. Has anyone ever had this happen before where they, to a non-retreat stateroom, they bring you Retreat branded stuff? And also the towels, totally Retreat branded towels that they put in my room. So what's happening? What does it mean? So just back from dinner now in the main dining room. Dinner was good. I will say that the service is a little bit off, it feels like, in the main dining room this cruise. This was my third night going. Just seems like the worst service on board the ship. And that's saying a lot because it's not even that bad, even in the dining room. But I feel like the main dining room is the weakest point so far, the weakest spot on this cruise. They just don't seem to have it together sometimes. For example, I went in, it closes at 8:30, like I said. I went in at like 8:29. They never know what to do with me, I feel like, when I go in there. They're just like, oh, we'll have a table, and then they got to call people and call other people. Then they go to take me to a table, and they don't know where the table's at. They have to call back up front. Like, this has happened 2 nights in a row now, so I feel like it's a trend. It's an issue, you know? Tonight, they sat me at a table for 4 people, despite there being an empty table for 2 people just nearby, and I had mentioned, like, hey, could I sit at the one for 2 people over there? And they're like, oh, people are coming to sit at that table. And I'm like, but you're closed. And they kind of argued with me, so I let it drop and sat at a 4-top, 1 person, which is fine. But yeah, I feel like they need to work on their service a little bit, or improve at least kind of knowing what's going on. Their organization, I guess, a little bit in the main dining room. But I did enjoy the food that I had in there, and I've enjoyed the food that I have had all around the ship so far this cruise. I did start out with the wedge shallot. I always enjoy a good wedge, and this one was no exception. Then for my main, I went with the salmon, the baked salmon, and this is the one that they have on the menu every night. So always enjoy this meal. It's actually the same one that you can get from room service, and I really, really enjoy getting it from room service. But you have to pay for room service now, $9.95 fee plus 18% gratuity. So I just ate it in the main dining room, and it was good. And then for dessert, I got the no sugar added strawberry angel food cake, which was also good. Going to be going to bed soon because I'm tired. I've done nothing but relax and rest today, and now I just want to relax and rest some more. So Gonna do that, but tomorrow's another sea day, so the sea day vlog does continue, so we're not done yet. Also went to the show. They had a guest performer tonight, so it seems like every night so far they've had a musician. 3 nights of the cruise they've had a musician, a guest, like I should say, a singer, a guest singer. One night they had a cast performance show, so it seems like a lot of guest performers, a lot of singing happening. I haven't gone to all the shows, but I did really enjoy the one tonight. Savannah Smith was the guest performer. She was really good, put on a really good show. And I wanted to go back for the 9 o'clock show, but unfortunately dinner went a little bit long. I didn't get to make it back to that one, but a really good show tonight. So that's it for today. I will see you in the morning. Good morning from our second sea day, well actually our third sea day of the cruise. This morning we are sailing, actually we're just off the coast of Puerto Rico. We're kind of in between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. So looking out this way would be Puerto Rico, and then on the other side of the ship would be the Dominican Republic. And we are headed into the Caribbean Sea this morning as we continue to make our way toward Curacao. But it's a warm morning. It's already 84 degrees, so it's definitely getting warm, definitely getting hot. But it's going to be a beautiful sea day. Like a lot of the trip already, we've had great weather, and just going to continue that today. And I'm going to step inside the cabin and close the door because it is hot, and it's going to. So far this trip, we've been sailing from New England and down Bermuda and around. So I've been able to keep the door open a lot in the cabin and really get some nice fresh air in. But not today, y'all, because it is hot, hot, hot outside. And only get warmer as we continue to get further south, and we probably got 400 miles or so to go before we get to Curacao. We'll be there tomorrow. That'll be a separate vlog where I'll show the ABCs. We're going to be in the ABCs the next 3 days, but we're supposed to arrive in Curacao tomorrow around 1 p.m. But today is a sea day. We're going to relax, to probably do a lot of nothing like we did yesterday. But first I'm going to go down to the Captain's Club breakfast. The Captain's Club breakfast, for those of you who might not know, is an exclusive breakfast for those who are elite or higher in the Captain's Club. The Captain's Club being the loyalty program that Celebrity Cruises offers to its guests. And I'm actually Elite Plus this cruise. This is my Elite Plus, celebrating Elite Plus, just moved up. But it doesn't matter, as long as you're elite or higher, you get to go to Captain's Club breakfast. It's free every morning, and I'll show you what they got on the menu. First, I'll show you on the map. See there, we're Dominican Republic is here, Puerto Rico is here, and we're sailing right in between. So we make our way, have like a little trail there. So we make our way into the Caribbean Sea. It'll be interesting to see when we get down there if we can actually see some of the Dominican Republic. I'm on the opposite side, I'm on the port side, but starboard side might be able to see some of that. And you can see, I love this channel, y'all. My TV stays on this channel. Currently headed, we have a course of 192 degrees, so south-southwest at 19.1 knots. We slowed down a bit. We were going about 21 knots yesterday, but probably a little bit slower now that we are nearer to a little bit of land. And the current temperature outside is 29 degrees Celsius or 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's our path so far, Boston, so down to Bermuda, and then now here we are headed into the Caribbean as we make our way to Curacao. I'm gonna walk through the elevator bank and actually take the stairs. I've been trying to take the stairs a lot more this cruise. I've been trying to be healthier in life in general. It's hard to be healthy on a cruise though, can we all admit that? And I cruise a lot to make content and stuff, so it's always a big challenge for me to stay healthy and not want to just eat everything on the ship, you know? So I'm trying though, trying to be good this cruise. So we are taking the stairs as much as possible. And thankfully being on deck 8, that's not been that much of a challenge because it's literally, you know, you walk up a deck or 2 to go to the, you know, the buffet, or walk down a deck or 2 to get to deck 5 and 4 where everything are on the inside of the ship. So it's been pretty nice. And you probably noticed as we walked through the past 2 stairwells, they do have art at all the stairwells. I do like most of the art on the ship. It's a very cool ship for art, that's for sure. Here on deck 5, you can see Cafe Al Bacho is hopping at 9:30 on a sea day. But we're going to turn the other way back here and go toward the aft of the ship through the Ensemble Lounge. So let's head that way back to Tuscan Restaurant. Here we go. You see the Elite Continental Breakfast Captain's Club for Elite, Elite Plus, and Zenith members. And it looks like it's pretty busy in here. A lot of folks seated, and we're going to join them. It's a great place, like I said, a great venue because of the windows all around. You have a really good aft view, a really good wake view. As I mentioned, the breakfast is for folks who have more of an upper status with the Captain's Club, and I don't think they believe me sometimes because I walk up and they look at me like, hi, can I help you? Like maybe I'm in the wrong place. And then I show them my card, and then they're like, oh, okay, right this way. Like, I get carded, you know, like I'm underage or something. But yes, some of us younger folks do have status with Celebrity because we love the brand. So it's not that unusual, right? Here we go. We are sat. They did send me right by the window back here, which I was hoping for. You can't see off the very back of the ship back there, though, which is very nice. And then we do have the menu here. Like I said, everything's included. Nothing's you don't have to pay for anything, even if you don't have a drink package. All of the juices and smoothies and hot beverages and cocktails, they're all included and free if you do have access to the Captain's Club breakfast. And then the elite breakfast, they got fruits and berries, they got breakfast cups, they got fresh baked pastries, artisan cheeses, a selection of cold cuts, a smoked salmon platter. I think that's what I'm going to get right there. And then the ultimate platter, which is like a little bit of everything. They got pastries and cold cuts, cheeses, bagel with salmon, fruits, and berries. And here we go. Here is the spread. I did get a decaf cafe mocha, which looks really good. And then muesli, but they gave me the parfait instead, which I said is totally fine because it looks really good. It's like some granola and looks like some maybe some raspberry jam. Definitely raspberry on top. And then the smoked salmon platter with the tiny, tiny little bagel. It's so tiny. I thought it'd be bigger. It's been bigger before, but at any rate, this is going to be delicious. And it's a beautiful, beautiful breakfast here at the Captain's Club breakfast. And all done in the Captain's Club breakfast. I do have to say, I think that's probably one of the best options for breakfast if you do have that available to you. And I'll say even better than Blue or Luminate. Because while they don't have warm options like pancakes or French toast or anything like that, all the continental options are so good. And the coffees are premium, all the drinks are premium. So really good option. So just, you know, check your status. If you have the status, don't forget that happens every day. And I'm definitely gonna be back. It's first day I've gone. This is the 4th morning of the cruise, but I'll definitely be back. Hello, good evening. As you can see from some of the clips I just put in there from when I last spoke to you earlier today and now, it's now the evening. The sun's gone down and it is a chic night. We do have 3 chic nights on this cruise. There was one the first full day of the cruise. The first day of the cruise, there's one tonight and then one later on in the cruise. However, I decided earlier I don't think I'm going to go to the main dining room. I mentioned earlier in the video from last night how the dining room seems to be the weakest point of this cruise, or the weakest location, I guess, like service and everything. The food is good, but it's just always like something getting me sat in there. So I decided tonight I'm going to go to the buffet. I have been going and scoping out the buffet each night and deciding, do I want to go to the buffet or do I want to go to the main dining room? And I also look at the menus for the main dining room are available on Celebrity's app. So that's a pro tip for you. If you didn't know, you can look at the menu for each night of your cruise to see if they have something that you might like or not. And tonight I decided I'm just going to go to the buffet and get something there. There is a show tonight, a main stage production show with a production cast, and that's going to be Rock City. I've seen that one a couple of times before on other ships, so I may skip it. I'm not sure. Probably just going to be a low-key evening for me here on board the ship tonight. I did want to mention that earlier today, around lunchtime, I did go up to the buffet just to see what they're having for lunch. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, but they were out there selling specialty dining, and they had a sign up that said that they were having lunch at Murano and Tuscan Restaurant. Those are 2 of the main dining restaurants on board, the specialty restaurants on board that are usually open for dinner. I didn't know that they had lunch, so I stopped and inquired, and they said on these longer sailings they do have one lunch each at Murano and at Tuscan Grill. And for this cruise, they're both on the last 2 sea days, so in a few days from now, it'll alternate. One day it'll be at Murano, the next day it'll be at Tuscan. I did ask to look at the menu. The menu is just like an abbreviated version of the dinner menu, so it doesn't look like they have any special offerings different than what they normally have for dinner. So I decided against that. The price is also like still $49, $45, $49, so almost the same price as what dinner is. So I don't know. I can't justify that price. I think that's a pretty steep price for lunch with the same offerings as what you can get for dinner. One other cool thing that they told me is one night of the cruise, and I don't know what night it is, later in the cruise, the Sushi on 5, which is the sushi restaurant on board, which is a la carte, you do have to pay additional for, they're going to transform that for one night only into an Indian restaurant. And it's going to be family style. And they had the menu there for that. It was also like $50 per person. That one of the chefs they have on board is Indian, and he loves to cook and like run that restaurant for the night. So they're going to let him cook. And they had a whole menu. It looked delicious. It is family style, and I'm a solo cruiser though, and I feel like that's a lot of food, and I don't want to waste. So I'm going to skip that one too. So probably not going to have any specialty dining to show you this entire cruise, but that's okay. Like I said, a lot of you have wanted to see just the food that's offered in the main dining room and on the buffet, and just what's included with the cruise and not all the specialty stuff. And I certainly am okay not paying any more than I have to now, especially since I've eaten in some of these places several times. But the Indian did sound cool. That does sound like a cool concept. I do like Indian food. So maybe check that out if you're coming on one of the longer sailing. I know that Eclipse will be doing longer sailings. I know that all celebrity ships at some point or another throughout the winter do a long sailing, 10 nights or more down in the Caribbean. So check and see if they're doing that special Indian pop-up restaurant. It's essentially what it is. Or if they're doing those lunches in Tuscan, Grill, and Murano, because, you know, might be something to do on a sea day, right? Anyway, I'm going to get out of this room. I've been in here reading and editing videos all day. I'm going to get out and go see what's happening around the ship. I'm going to get some dinner at the buffet, and I'll tell you in a little bit what it's all like as we close out our vlog on our sea days here on board Celebrity Eclipse. Hello, it's now a couple hours later than when I spoke to you earlier. I did end up going down to the show, and it was good. I caught a little bit of it. Walked around. They were having some trivia games and stuff. Walked around and participated in some of that. So really fun being out of the cabin for a few hours this evening. I did go to the buffet and get some food. It was really good. The food on the buffet has just been so good. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Really, really good stuff. So really enjoyed that. Went just now and got some peanut butter cookies, which I did not need because it's 9:30. But y'all, these peanut butter cookies that they have on the Eclipse are top notch. Usually I've told you in the past about the white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, and those are the best. I haven't seen those this cruise, but the peanut butter cookies they replaced those with are fantastic. So I'm going to enjoy those at 9:30 at night because I'm on a cruise, right? I need to be better. I need to do better, but it's not going to happen tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be in Curacao, so the next vlog that you see will be a vlog on the ABCs. We're going to be going to Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, very popular cruise destination. All three islands, hit them up on the same cruise. Thank you so much for watching this video, though. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go down below, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next adventure.